Rebel salute, rebel salute, rebel salute to everybody. This is Kenya Revolutionary. I hope you're doing well in this Saturday. It is Saturday afternoon, wherever I am. I know it's evening or nighttime in England, late nights in the morning, maybe in Kenya. Whatever. If you're in Australia, Antarctica, wherever you are, karibu sana, karibu sama. This is Kenya Revolutionary. I'll be here quickly for approximately maybe 30 minutes or less so we can access or talk about what's going on today. I won't be here for long. It's only one subject today. Maybe if something comes up, then I might stay longer. But by the looks of things, I'm not going to stay here any longer. All right. But usijali, catch in. If you want to join the chat, please come in. Join in. I'll send you the link. Let me put the link here. So for anyone and everybody who wants to come in and challenge anything that I say, if they agree or disagree, sawa, ingia. Mimi sijakukataza. Hapa we let anyone come in. But anyway, let me post the link for anyone who wants to join the studio. If you want to join the studio, ama namna gani? Wale watu wanataka kujoin studio. Mnataka kujoin studio? Haya, wacha niwaekee link hapa ndio sasa mkitaka kuingia, mnaingia mara moja ama namna gani? Haya basi, wacha niwekee hiyo linki. There's the link. There's the link, ladies and gentlemen. There is the link. Click the link to join the studio. Haya, namwona Gudia ameshaingia hapo. Shukran Gudia. Na kuona Gudia, wewe leo utaingia kwa studio leo. Tutakuingiza kwa studio ama namna gani? Karibu sana kila mtu mtazamaji. Ukiwa huko wa kuladina ama uko nje na mkewe ama bwanako ama nini, karibu sana. Turn on your notification. Ukiona notification hapo inaonyesha Kenya Rebel hapo wako mtandao, basi mwambie mkewe ama bibie ama bwanako, mwambie hebu ngoja kidogo, acha niingie studio hapa nichape siasa kidogo na bwana Kenya Rebel. Haya basi, asante, shukran. Namuona hapo bwana Gudia. I let you run fast. You can ingia. Gudia leo ingia. Wakaribishwa, ingia. Basi, I'll start by the first thing I want to start with today is a tweet by Pauline Njoroge. Do you guys know who Pauline Njoroge? She's a pro Azimio, pro Uhuru Kenyatta, pro Jubilee, pro all that. She tweeted something that really didn't sit well with me, that kind of drove me nuts. Before I even get to the mada ya leo, mada sijaingia, I want to deal with what she said, because alifanya temperature yangu iende juu. The only thing can bring my temperature down ni kama Gudi akiingia hapa kwa hii studio leo, ndio temperature yangu itaenda chini. Otherwise nimekasirika. But let's talk about this tweet by Pauline Njoroge, okay? Tuiangalie. Haya basi, wacha ni rant basi. Sawa basi. This, I want us to read it together. This is the tweet by Pauline Njoroge. Then we shall chambua pamoja, okay? Wacha tuiangalie basi, alafu ndio so you know what I'm talking about. Haya. The Kambas are patronizing Kalonzo. We are getting to the Kamba stuff because hey, mada ya leo ni Kamba community tells Azimio Kalonzo ni lazima 2027. 2027 ni Kalonzo. Msicheze na Kalonzo. Kalonzo amesaidia baba hajarudisha mkono. Baba bado ana lilidali. Wamesema lazima 2027 ni Kalonzo. So, we shall see. But kabla tujaingia kwa Wakamba bado tuanze Pauline Njoroge chanue hiyo maneno. Let us deal with Pauline Njoroge first before we get to that one. Okay, before to get to my brothers in Kamba. Okay? Hey, wacha nikae vizuri hii kiti, unajua ile kiti ya suko sijui. But never mind. Let's get to the mada. Haya. Tuanze na Pauline Njoroge mwanzo. Something that she said that actually was kind of troubling for me personally. Let's get to it. Pauline Njoroge in her tweets. Tutaingia huko mara moja. Let me put it in the screen so you know what I'm talking about. Mnaiona? Can you see it? No, you don't see it? And yo basi. Can you guys see it? All right, here it is. Let me make it bigger. Okay. Pauline Njoroge. Ameandika hivi. It's not lengthy, but let me write it down. Let me just read it. Okay, so let me read it for you guys. So in case you can't see it, if it's not big enough, hiyo ni sawa pia, nitawasomea ndio msikie, alafu mtaelewa kwa nini mimi nilisikia kama anapandwa na morio. Haya, this is what she says. If Kenya was still colonized, in brackets, which will be a very unfortunate thing from very many perspectives, Nairobi and other cities and towns will be well planned, very organized and clean. Money collected by city and town council will also be put into proper use to provide all necessary amenities and maintenance works. Okay, our roads will be well maintained, pavements will be wide and well taken care of. Even our village shopping centers, makeshift buildings which make a place look so untidy will also not be mushrooming everywhere without a plan. This order, cleanliness, and organization will reflect even in our schools, buildings, and compounds, as well as public hospitals. As for churches, we will have beautiful cathedrals and chapels. Those churches that are nowadays set up in a commercial building on top of bars, etc., or Mabati churches in residential areas where the entire neighborhood is forced to participate in their loud affairs will be unheard of. I keep wondering, what's with us African communities when it comes to order, cleanliness, organization, and accountability? Are we generally socialized not to take care of these things? Or is it a result of selfishness, self-centeredness, and primitive accumulation of wealth? Yawa, bombo clat. Ingieni hapa nasikia kama morio nalipanda. Okay, on one hand, Miss Pauline Njoroge is telling us, if you are still colonized, it will be unfortunate from many perspectives, but she goes on and mentioned that if we were colonized, we will have cleaner streets, more organization, more accountability, and more. This is how clueless this lady is. She doesn't get the new form of colonization. The new form of colonization does not micromanage what you do in your country. Let me explain to you. Somebody tag Pauline Njoroge on Twitter. Let us show her this video so she can understand what the neo-colonial rule is all about. The Western powers, the puppet masters who actually rule Kenya. Pauline Njoroge, let me talk to you for a minute, okay? Eh? Nikki, let me talk to you for a minute. Eh? Tigawana. This is how neo-colonial rule works, Pauline Njoroge. This is how it works. They control every facet of your economy, including your education sector, health sector, okay? Your produce, your resources, including human resources. That is how they do it. How you manage your country, how you manage your buildings, your cleanliness in the cities, your pavements, your city organization, and all that stuff that you're talking about is none of the colonial masters' concern. They don't care about that. They care about your produce, your resources, okay? They want to make sure that your leaders are compromised enough, okay, so that they can actually give access, total access to them, so they can actually extract minerals from you guys and make them bring forth policies, okay, that benefit these Western puppet masters. And how do they do that? They do that through World Bank and IMF by recommending this Western cooperation. We live under corporatocracy, where corporations, okay, are given access to Kenya to extract minerals, make huge profits, which they pay 0 to none taxes. Okay, that's why we have free economic zones. We have 28 companies in Kenya that are in free economic zones that are not paying taxes in Kenya. They ship their taxes back to their Western countries, whether it is Britain or US of A. Okay, that's how the neo-colonial powers work. That's how we are colonized. Colonization is not physically being micromanaged or physically being enslaved. It is being enslaved economically. This is a proper shows you how Pauline Njoroge is clueless. Whoever is paying for her should ask for his or her money back. Because you can't be this dumb if you don't understand how the neo-colonial masters work. It is all about control of resources. It is not about cleanliness. Kenya, hata kama Kenya saizi wakijenga big building, cleanliness and whatever and getting rid of that, that does not mean anything. Brother Benson, I see you in the comment section. Habari sana. Hope you're doing very well. Okay? All right. So you hear what Goodyear is telling us. Goodyear apona kuona. Is Pauline Njoroge for real? The woman is happy to be under the thumb by the colonizers. Time for education for Pauline Njoroge. I agree. Pauline Njoroge is clueless. She doesn't understand what neo-colonialism is. She thinks we are not colonized because we are so disorganized. We have no accountability. We have corruption, and we have buildings, disorganized cities and dirty cities. So that is a sign that we are not colonized. In fact, she has a colonized mind. If you want to know that she has a colonized mind, she's saying that if we were colonized, tungekuwa na city safi, we will be having accountability, we will be having. By that argument, we might as well bring the colonizers back to colonize us, wazi. These are the kind of people who we need to actually decolonize from that kind of thinking. Hey, ningie kwa Kalonzo sasa. Wacha ningie kwa Kalonzo, because Pauline Njoroge wewe, please educate yourself. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Woo. Have no fear for atomic energy, because none of it can stop the time. How long shall we kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Let's go back to what I'm saying. To hapa sisa ya kuimba. Leo ni leo. Pauline Njoroge, let me make it very clear to you. The failure of these cities, of the current government, the former government, and all governments is not an indication that we're not colonized. The neo-colonial way of operating is through cooperation, national cooperation. That's why we call it corporatocracy. These multinational corporations actually rule countries through the IMF and the World Bank by putting them in debt. Okay? And guess what? If you don't pay that debt, they can take you to court and sue the whole sovereign nation. It is called investor-state dispute courts. You can Google that. But of course, Pauline Njoroge doesn't know. All she knows is to write things about Azimio and Kenya Kwanza and all that nonsense. It is absurd for somebody to write something like that in the public forum in 2024. Where do you live? Who raised you? Ulisikia wapi? Colonialization is not doesn't mean you have to be colonized physically. Learn about colonization. It is about your resources. In fact, it goes deeper than that. Okay? Because the neo-colonial powers, they make sure that they have power over you. Your sovereignty is no longer, it's powerless. You don't have sovereignty as a people, as a country, as a nation. That's why they pump your countries with debt. Pauline Njoroge, are you listening? Somebody tag Pauline Njoroge at Twitter to get this video. Tag somebody at Twitter so that she can, I want to educate her. Uhuru Kenyatta, I know hired you. Uhuru Kenyatta, ask for your money back. She's clueless. Don't hire people who don't know what they're talking about. Unfortunately, Uhuru will not stop paying you because Uhuru is a Western puppet, just like Ruto. Okay, but let's get to the topic now. Today, Mada Leone, Kamba community tells Azimio, Kalonzo ni Lazima 2027. Kalonzo has been loyal to Raila for all these years, so time has come that Kalonzo lazima kwa debe. He has to be the head of the Azimio candidature. No more sijui nini. Baba, hakuna mtinio umewekwa kwa kona this time. Wakamba umesema mpaka Kalonzo asimame. Kalonzo tosha, tibim. Aya, Eugene, nakuona hapo. What do you have to say for me? Kenya Revolution, Kambas cannot make any impact without your DM blessings. You think so? Hey, Gumba. Eugene Gumba has told me Wakamba cannot make any impact without ODM blessings. Let's tuchambue hiyo, tuchambue saizi. Tuchambue. What does the ODM consist of? Eugene, I'm talking to you. And my friend, and I like that point. It's a very good point, very good point, by the way. Okay, let's read Goodia here before we go back to Eugene. Goodia natusema the same British who colonized us can't even maintain their own country, instead oppress the taxpayers. Shabalalala. Of course, I passed by London one time, Heathrow. Nilipita Heathrow nikaingia London kidogo kutembea tembea. Heathrow is, I thought I was in Jogoo Road. Huh? Hey, but that's the case. I believe Goodia is in London somewhere. But let's tackle what Eugene has told us. Eugene ametuambia hivi, Kambas cannot make any impact without ODM blessings. Really? Without ODM blessings? Tuchambue. Eugene, stay tuned. I'm about to answer you. You might be right. This is not about who is right and who is wrong. Everybody's point is valid in this stream. You might be right, but tutaichambua tuangalie kama Wakamba kweli hawawezi kukuwa na impact katika ODM, because I think Kalonzo, like him or not, akona sauti bwana, akona sauti. Hata even within ODM, all right, akona sauti. Hata akiwacha ODM, because ODM is the biggest, the strongest party in the Azimio coalition. But let's listen to what they were talking about, what the topic was today, because I want you to give context. I want to contextualize what I'm saying. Ama mniaje? Kabla tujaendelea, let me contextualize what I'm saying by playing this video so you can tackle this issue of whether Kambas can really win the election in 2027, as my friend Eugene has told me that Kambas cannot make any impact without any ODM blessings. Hey, ni kweli? Let's review. Wacha tuende kwa nini, wacha niwachezee. Hata Eugene, your namesake also talked today. Eugene Wamalwa. Hata yeye pia anataka kuwa president, lakini tusikie walikuwa nasema nini leo, ama namna gani? Haya basi, wacha niwachezee hiyo video, halafu mpate kitu nasema. Let's see what the ODM and Raila Odinga and all the buddies Azimio folks were telling us today. Haya ndio
moja One Kenya. Raila Odinga sasa anasema muungano huo utaelewana kuhusu mgombeaji wake wa urais wa mwaka 2027 wakati ukiwadia. Raila hata hivyo alisema hatochelea kumuunga mkono kiongozi wa chama cha Wiper Kalonzo Musyoka kwa kumuunga mkono katika chaguzi 3 zilizopita. Raila na viongozi wa Azimio waliozungumza kumradhi wakati wa mazishi huko Kitui pia walipinga jaribio la jopo la uteuzi wa tume ya uchaguzi na mipaka hapa nchini kuwateua makamishna bila serikali na upinzani kuafikiana kuhusu taratibu utakaotumiwa.
Kiongozi wa upinzani Raila Odinga leo aliweka mambo wazi kuhusiana na mgombeaji wa urais wa Azimio katika uchaguzi mkuu ujao wa mwaka 2027. Raila aliyezungumza wakati wa hafla ya mazishi katika kaunti ya Kitui eneo la Ukambani alikanusha madai kwamba shughuli ya usajili wa chama cha ODM inayoendelea nchini inalenga kumtafutia nafasi mgombeaji wake wa urais wa mwaka 2027.
Kalonzo anatangaza anasimama na baba namna gani? Ati mpaka baba asimame kwenye nia? Hapana, tutakubaliana.
Raila alisitiza kwamba muungano wa Azimio utafanya uamuzi pindi wakati huo ukiwadia, ila akataja kuwa yeye hatachelewa kumuunga mkono kiongozi wa chama cha Wiper Kalonzo Musyoka iwapo atakuwa katika nafasi ya kushinda.
Kama Kalonzo yuko candidate, kuna baya gani? Mimi sijasema Kalonzo hawezi kuwa candidate. Mimi nimesema tumetoka mbali na Kalonzo. Kalonzo ameniunga mkono, na mimi vile naweza kuunga yeye mkono.
Viongozi wa Azimio pia walipinga mipango ya kuwateua makamishna wa tume ya uchaguzi na mipaka IEBC kupitia jopo la uteuzi.
Pili, wakafaulu ya kwamba mambo ya IEBC tutashirikishwa. Hawezi mpaka mimi na Ruto tukubaliana chairman ni nani na wanachama ni wakina nani.
The only way to create a future for Kenya is to make sure that we have a government in waiting with a presidential candidate, with a minister for finance, na tutangoja mutangaze. Na sasa hata mukitafuta amutapata a candidate like Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka.
Truth be told, we have only 2 solid years, 2025 and 2026, for our leader, His Excellency Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, Senior Counsel, to crisscross this country and seek to be the President of the Republic of Kenya.
Viongozi hao waliapa kupinga juhudi za kuwateua makamishna hao bila kushirikisha upande wa upinzani.
And if they proceed to reconstitute IEBC unilaterally, hiyo IEBC haitakuwa IEBC ya Wakenya.
Viongozi hao vile walikanusha madai kwamba kulikuwa na ukosefu wa maelewano baina ya viongozi wa vyama tanzu vya muungano wa Azimio.
We spoke to our brother Uhuru Kenyatta. I think Raila, you can talk about that. And we are all together. Kwa hivyo team ya Azimio tuko imara.
Giverson Maina, Dira ya Magwiji.
Okay, we have them. Tumesikia hiyo.
Recordings just got better.
Tumesikia.
Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available on...
Sorry, my friend. Sorry. Okay. Pole. All right. Let's go back to this comment right here. Very interesting comment by Eugene Gumbe. Gumbe is telling us it's high time those leaders to come into quick agreement on their flag bearer before December 2025 for them to have to deal with aftermath rebellions. That's a very good point. Yesterday, if you missed my live, I made that clear. I said one of the things that Azimio coalition should do is what the flag bearer should be known right now. Watch out, you 2025. Eugene, I'm in agreement with you. They should have, and by the way, if you're watching this channel right now, make sure you like this video so people can get it. Kalonzo can see this and Kalonzo can come here. But nasema hivi, this is a very good point. I said that yesterday. If Azimio are going to deal with Kenya Kwanza and want to deal with them head on, they have to know kinara wao as soon as yesterday, okay? Because it will reveal. Unajua, some people, once kinara amejulikana, once they choose their kinara, who is going to be the flag bearer, the people who are going to be disgruntled. For example, if Kalonzo was to be chosen today to be the flag bearer for 2027 for the Azimio coalition, if Martha Karua is upset with the decision, Martha Karua can actually leave right now and go wherever she wants to go. I'm just saying, hypothetical. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, because not everyone in this coalition shall be happy. Think of it like this. In 2022, Kalonzo Musyoka, it took him some time before he joined the Azimio folks, okay? And when he joined, let's face it, Kalonzo is a national figure. Yes, he's not as influential as Raila Odinga, but he is just as influential. Not as much as Raila Odinga, but he's a national figure. So Raila brought him in, but Raila chose to go with the Ngoa, Martha Karua. And the calculation was Martha Karua was a woman. Martha Karua was from Mount Kenya. So it was to woo the Mount Kenya votes by bringing who? By bringing Martha Karua and also get the women vote, okay? So that was the thinking behind that. But if I was Kalonzo is sitting there somewhere thinking of this. Raila Odinga, I've been with you in this ODM since 1625, okay? Uko zamani, I've been with you, Raila Odinga. Na sasa 2022 ulikuja ukaniambia ati nikae chini, nikae kando ndio uweke Martha Karua, because Martha Karua atatuletea kura ya Mount Kenya na kura ya wanawake. That is what you told me, Raila Odinga. So 2027 Raila Odinga in 2027 will be 255 years old, okay? So 2027, give Kalonzo, you heard what nani amesema, Kalonzo. You heard what Kalonzo alisema? And Kalonzo alisema, sitangoja, hatutangoja right now. Hakuna mchezo. But notice Raila, you know Raila, you have to listen to his speech. He's very, very, Raila is like a lawyer. He gave a lawyerly answer. Guess what he said? Raila alisema hivi, mimi sijasema ati Raila, ati nani Kalonzo haezi kusimama, siwezi kusupport Kalonzo. He never said, mimi nitasupport Kalonzo. He said, sijasema ati siwezi kuunga Kalonzo because he's playing to the gallery. Who's the gallery to here? Ni Kamba. This event was happening in Kitui. So he was very careful. In fact, it is the same thing, the same careful speech that he gave when he was in Nairobi, and he was talking about nani, ndugu ya Wetangula, what's his name? Wanyonyi. Remember when everyone started saying that Raila is supporting Wanyonyi for the gubernatorial race for governorship in Nairobi, and people are asking, Sasa Babu Owino, where will that leave Babu Owino? And I told you here in my channel, I told you he wasn't endorsing Wanyonyi for the Nairobi governorship. If you listen carefully, he explained, first of all, he apologized by mentioning that he had to negotiate with Uhuru Kenyatta in 2022, not 2022, 2017. Is it 2017? Yeah, 2020, whatever the case is. He had to negotiate with Uhuru Kenyatta, and they had to put Igade to run against Sakaja. That was the agreement. And he apologized, saying it was the wrong decision. And after saying that, he said that, so Team Wanyonyi was supposed to be the governorship, but he never said Team Wanyonyi is going to be the gubernatorial candidate for Nairobi. Okay, but watu wakakimbia wakaanza kusema, hey, this is an official endorsement of Raila has endorsed Team Wanyonyi for governor in Nairobi, while the consensus is Babu Owino is going to be the gubernatorial candidate for the ODM or Azimio seat in Nairobi. Okay, that's why now you see Team Wanyonyi is going to run in Bungoma, not Nairobi. Bungoma, uko Kichakani. But anyway, not Kichakani. But that's what I'm saying. The same thing when he was in Kitui. Let me listen to what Gumbe is telling me over here. Gumbe, what's going on? Okay, make sure you like the video. Please, like the video. Like. I want to get 100 likes today. Where can you like Apple? Tapadali, where can you like? Eugene, very good observation. Where can like Apple? That's Eugene Gumbe is telling me, I really like Raila response on the issue. When he was in Kitui, Mzee wants to be the main guy. Okay, it was a clever answer by Raila Odinga. He said, mimi sijasema ati, Raila siwezi kusupport Kalonzo, which drew some cheers. Okay, people were like, ah. Then he said, what did he say? If the popular person kama ni Kalonzo, nitapatia Kalonzo, aende kakimbia. But it was never an official endorsement of Kalonzo as the candidate of Azimio, presidential candidate for 2027. It was never that. He just said that I'm not opposed to the idea of endorsing Kalonzo. Because as I said before, mimi na Kalonzo tumetoka wapi? Tumetoka mbali. That was what he was saying. And it drew some claps and cheers, okay? Then Kalonzo Jr., Kalonzo Jr. is he was very more direct than anybody else. He said, there's nobody qualified as Stephen Kalonzo. He has been with Raila for a long time, and this time atutangoja. That is the statement that got to me when Kalonzo said atutangoja. Yeah, mandugu zangu wa Kamba, my community, Kamba community friends, folks, I like them so much. Bwana sifiwe. Mko poa? Haya, hapo Machokos, ingieni mulike video basi. Nataka kuwasikie. Gumbe ananiambia hapa hivi ati amependa your response ya Raila. Gumbe, haya, Raila. But let's be very careful. Raila never said he's endorsing nani? Musyoka. So this is what I was saying. Back to my original point that I was saying this yesterday. I say this. It is better for the Azimio folks to sit down and choose their kinara. Because now, For example, if Raila goes and choose Martha Karua to be the flag bearer for Azimio, maybe amefanya calculation akasema, if I prop up Martha Karua, we shall get the central votes, Mount Kenya, Kikuyu votes, to be precise, okay? If he does that, let me tell you something, and this is prophecy. Shabala Baba Sawa Papa, I can feel it. This is prophecy right now. I'm a prophet. I'm a prophet. I'm a prophet. Listen to me very carefully. Pay attention. If Raila chooses anyone besides Kalonzo Musyoka to run for 2027, including himself, Kalonzo will leave Azimio. Kalonzo will leave Azimio tomorrow. Do you want me to repeat? Do you want me to repeat? I, the prophet of politics, do you want me to repeat what I just said? If Raila Amolo Odinga, chooses himself or is endorsed, if he comes out and say watu wamenichagua nisimame tena 2027, or chooses anyone, whether it's Musalia Mudavadi, whether it's Nani Wamalwa, whether it's Martha Karua, anyone besides Kalonzo Musyoka, Kalonzo will leave. Kalonzo atatoka tabeba waipa yake watoke. And if you listen to the speech there, we know Eugene Wamalwa said, I want to thank all the MPs that are Wiper MPs that are in Azimio because they are the most stalwart MPs in this coalition. Wamesimama na sisi kabisa. Like this video, I'm about to break down Azimio because I want to explain to you how Azimio works. Let me tell you something. I told you Azimio is fragmented. That's why you heard Wamalwa, he mentioned that bado tuko pamoja. Nilipigia Uhuru Kenyatta simu na Uhuru bado wako Azimio. Uhuru has been quiet. He's having fun with Museveni in Lake Victoria. Uhuru hataki mambo ya siasa. Uhuru anataka kukunywa na anaendelea maisha yake. Na nyinyi mnamsumbua na mambo ya Azimio. Ameshakimbia he already built. You saw he built a private fly whatever in his house. He can fly from anywhere. Si lazima aende kwa airport, anaingia tu kwa ndege yake na mara moja ameenda. So what I'm trying to say is this. The reality is this. Whether Azimio denies this or not, Azimio is fragmented. Azimio is fragmented. Kila mtu akona yake, kila mtu akona yake, kila mtu akona yake. Wamalwa, Eugene Wamalwa ako hapa, Kalonzo ako hapa, Martha Karua ako. Ask yourself, why did Martha Karua have to start that Kamwene party, him and Kioni? If they were still strong in Azimio and they believed in Azimio, in the ideals of Azimio, why did they start Kamwene? Sinangekaa tu hapo waseme mini Azimio. Why did Martha Karua start Kamwene? Yeye na huyu Kioni. Why? Kama ameamini Azimio. Why? It is because Martha Karua also knows, in case nimerukwa, Raila siponipatia hiyo mkono, if Raila decides to run again in 2027, na mimi mpaka nijipange. Nitajipanga hata mimi. Nitajipanga. Because Martha Karua is sitting there, claim, she feels like, you know what? I have knack. I have Kamwene. We have Kamwene now, which is our local, parochial political party of the Mount Kenya. Yeah? And I've supported Raila. I was her vice, I was running as a vice, her number 2. So if Raila decides to not run or decides to step down, automatically, by hierarchical order, Martha Karua should be the one running for presidency. Okay? She should be. She has the right. If we're going by hierarchy, Martha Karua should be the next candidate for Azimio. But how powerful is Martha Karua within Azimio itself? How much influence does she have? How much is she involved in the decision making, the day-to-day decision making in Azimio? She's not. I'm not saying she's not, but she has a voice, yes, but I'm saying she can be replaced. Unfortunately, replacing her will cost Azimio. Raila is trying to keep the house together now. Okay? He's trying to keep the house together now, but I think that's a mistake. You have to be very, 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 very ninio. Okay? Gumbe, what's going on? Gudia. Aya. Gudia is telling me Raila was just throwing shades. Deep in everyone is fighting for the leadership. Martha Karua is fighting for her own door. Kenya Rebel Azimios have given Ruto the pass. That's why he is sitting pretty. Aba shabala baba saba. Tell him again, Gudia. Let me hear what Gumbe is saying. Kenya Revolutionary. Why is that in every function, Azimio leaders do send Uhuru's greetings, and yet he is invisible? Does these greetings have any impact, or is Uhuru playing an important role in Azimio? Hey, Gumbe. Gumbe, you are asking me the $1 million question. Hey. Mumesikia hiyo? Gudi yaingia kwa studio hata wewe. I need maji. Ni mtu aniletee maji. Gumbe ameuliza, which is a very question I've never thought of that. Sijafikiria hiyo maneno. Hey, amesema hivi. Why is that in every function Azimio leaders do send Uhuru's greetings, and yet he is invisible? Does these greetings have any impact, or is Uhuru playing an important role in Azimio? Where is Uhuru in this easy drive ya kukusanya ninio inaitwaje politics recruitment ninio? What political party does Uhuru ninio belong to? Is he still ninio Jubilee? Because last time I checked, Kioni and not Kioni, Kanini Kega and Chege took over Jubilee. In fact, they kicked out Uhuru. Yet Uhuru is the what? Chairman of Azimio. Mulisikia wapi? Mulisikia wapi? What is going on? Gumbe has asked. Kila siku tukiona hizi masherehe za Azimio, tunasikia tu Uhuru alituma rambe. It's not rambe, but I'm just using that word because it sounds good. Uhuru is always tumaring rambe. Niligungia na Uhuru kwa ninio. Amesema, why is Uhuru not showing up in this Azimio functions? That's a very good question. Na Bugudi ametuambia kila mtu hapo kwa ninio hii Azimio wanatafuta do, wengine wanatafuta ninio namna. Alex, ati Kanini hasn't taken over. Who has the leadership of Jubilee? Alex, niambie. Do you have the certificate? Please. By all means, tueleze. The last time I checked, Kanini Kega and Sabina Chege went to the courts, and the courts ruled that Sabina Chege and Nani are the rightful leaders of the Jubilee. Na David Nani anaitwa nani? Yule rafiki Uhuru, I forgot his David something. Aliwachwa nje. Koti ilishaamua. Yeah? That is what I'm saying. Yeah? Like this video. Make sure you like this video. Alex, nisaidie. Alex, help me. You are the ODM Azimio insider. Eh? Wakamba wamesema 2027. Na nani amesema sio tafadhali? Nani amesema sio tafadhali? Kalonzo amesema sio tafadhali. Na tungoji sio tafadhali. Raila Amolo Odinga. Nani amesema, Wakamba wamesema sio tafadhali na tungoji. 2027 ni Kalonzo or bust. Hey, lead ka pass. Alex, mambo namna gani? Remember when the court ruled it? It's pending. It's pending. I thought it was iwalishaikata. Milifikiri imekatwa. Yeah? Alex, nijibu. Kenyatta is the Ninio. Was he the leader of the Azimio, whatever the case, Secretary General, whatever the case is? See, at Gumbe has told us every function Azimio goes to, tunasikia tu nani ametuma rambe. Amewatumia rambe, amewasalimia. He is not showing up. Anakula nyama na nani na Museveni, Yoweri, Kagota. What is happening? But one thing I agree with the Kamba's community, especially their leaders, and I agree with also Gumbe, what Gumbe said here, and everybody else. Azimio needs to choose their kinara right now. Ndio tujue wale watu ambao si Azimio. We are about to find out. Because unajua, ni kama nomination. Unaonanga mtu akisha nominatiwa, the other person ndio utajua kama ni mwenye chama, ni ako kwa hii chama, is he loyal or not. Because ukishawaambia, Unaona wengine wanageuka wanaenda huko kwa ninio. Haya, Alex anatuambia, I told you this Azimio is over. No wonder the conspicuous missing of Martha Karua. Hey! Karua kwenda Ukambani? Karua kwenda Uhuru is a cabal and a sellout. Mwoy, wololoya, hey, hey. Alex, honorable, anatuambia ati yawa. Unatuambia ati Uhuru ni cabal. Mi naona miujiza hapa. Mi naona miujiza. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, kamwana. Unamwita ati ni cabal. Hey, hata wewe Alex sasa sijui ni I don't know what to do with you. Alex, sijui nifanye nini na wewe. Tafadhali ingia hapa utueleze kwa sababu kama unaweza kuita the general. That's the truth. Hey, Alex amesema ni ukweli. Cabal mwenyewe. Yeah? How come Eugene Wamalwa told us today, Gumbe, ulisikia hiyo clip nimecheza. Eugene Wamalwa told us that alituma ramberambe, salamu. Amesema bado ako Azimio. Ako Azimio. Kamili. Wakamba wamesema mimi niliwaambia, if Azimio, if they choose their kinara, Raila Odinga should sit down with everyone. All of them should sit down and say, hey, listen, this is who is going to run. And after they choose whoever is going to run with Ruto, let them behave like the president of the other president. Just like Kalonzo said. Umesikia vile Kalonzo. In fact, let me play can you allow me to play what Kalonzo said? Kalonzo said is thinking the way I'm thinking. Akasema we should have the ile government ambayo is ready to take over. The ready sitting government. Ulisikia ile kitu wamesema hapo? The ready sitting government ambao tushachagua who is going to be the finance minister, who is going to be the president, minister of defense, minister ya kila kitu, ready for 2027. Ndio sasa when we are dealing with Ruto politically, we are dealing with him as the alternative government. Sio kama watu ambao wanaenda kwa maandamano ama kwa hizi meetings za ninio na tunapiga makelele and we are heckling and we are twerking like Ajwang was twerking for Raila Odinga. No, he made a very good point. Let us tatua that issue right now. Ndio sasa hata Wakenya wakiangalia siasa wanajua, you know what? This is how Ruto is messing up. And this is kinara wa Azimio, who is the alternative, is proposing this. And he is going to be the president. We are going to vote for him because Ruto obviously has failed. You can juxtapose. Hey, kisungu ile shilingi mbili. Juxtapose the two and see whose policies are more effective, makes sense to Kenya. What is pragmatic? Because Ruto is messing up. And Goody has told us here very, very nicely that, you know what? If fragmentation yote hii inafanyika ya Azimio will lead to the demise. If they don't tatua it right now. Let me see what Nania anasema hapa. Aya. Alex anatuambia, Mutula Kalonzo has already decamped to UDA, unfortunately. He always in the company of Sakaja. I know, no. That might be right. I don't know. What I might say this in fairness, okay, to give him a benefit of doubt. Mutula and Sakaja have been friends outside of politics. They are very close friends. That's I think it's a yeah. Hey, Alex amesema Mutula Kilonzo Shusha. He's one of the best performing governor. Sina kuna sauti kidogo azungumze hata yeye maana he's the best performing governor. Mutula should shut up. Alex amesema Mutula should shut up and the UDA. But this is what whether he should shut up or not, and you know, I can see where you're coming from, Alex. But I think he makes a good point, not saying that about the Kamba thing. Hiyo ni maoni yake kibinafsi. See, I don't agree with him on that. Whether he wants to nani kuninio, that's not up to me. Mutua is one person. Okay, Eugene nini Gumbe unasema namna gani? Mutua is one person who should just zip up his mouth. Hey, zip up, Mutula. You mean Mutua is somebody else. Mutua is Alfred. He's working with UDA. We are talking about Mutula Kilonzo. The part that I agree with Mutula, and I reiterate again for the umpteenth time, Azimio should know the lineup right now. Lineup to you nani, who is going to run for president, who is going to be the vice president, who is going to be the minister of finance, who is going to be the minister of defense, who is going to be the minister of Azimio. That is what I would like to see. Mujipange mapema. Those are what those Kamba leaders were saying, which to me it makes sense. If you're going to face an enemy, mpaka ukwe organized, okay? Because Ruto is the easiest leader to beat. Easy. Lakini as long as Azimio amko pamoja, amko pamoja, that is the problem. Okay? But hey, Gudi anatuambia namna gani? Honorable Alex, Uhuru is the nation's sweetheart. Can never do wrong in front of many people. You talk about him, and Raila, you will be chewed by some people and spat out. Hey. Good year. Let the governor of Machakos speak. She's the only one amongst the Kambani governor who defends Kalonzo. Kalonzo has been left in the cold. Nilisikia nani? Babu Owino also talked about that. Babu Owino alisema when Kalonzo was the minister of foreign affairs, mambo ilikuwa inaendelea vizuri, lakini saa hizi mambo imeenda kwa shitani. He lumped praises to Kalonzo Musyoka in Ukambani. Was he just doing that because wako Kitui? Or alikuwa tu anasema hivyo to appease the umati ya watu? Was it? Or is it Baba atapatia Kalonzo hii kitu? Will Baba forced to actually endorse Kalonzo Musyoka? And how do you feel about that? Because like I said, in 2027, Raila will be 297 years old. That doesn't mean that he can't stand. Tinubu is Nigeria. Tinubu is the president of Nigeria and is 875 years old. Will Baba patia hiyo kiti tu nani? Baba atapatia nani? Baba atapatia nani? Atapatia Kalonzo. Because it seems like the ground is ripe for Kalonzo Musyoka. In my opinion, tafadhali muniambie if I'm wrong. I'm willing to be corrected. I will stand corrected. I see Kalonzo is going to inherit Baba's mantle in Azimio. The time is right. Hata mkikataa. Wakamba wamesema lazima. Na si tafadhali this time. Hakuna tafadhali. Si tafadhali ni sahi. Kalonzo ametuambia na tutangoja. We are not waiting this time. Baba sema Baba. Because Kalonzo has been with Raila for a long time. Since the days when Kalonzo tried to run with the certificate of ODM. Hey. Those days even Ruto was in ODM. Nani alikuwa ODM, Kenyatta. Wametoka mbali. Even Raila knows. He said wametoka mbali. And 2022, he had to ask Kalonzo, please step down so I can have Martha Karua. So Martha Karua can bring me the Mount Kenya votes and the women votes. Kalonzo kunyenyekea. Akasema, yes, Baba. Pole. I understand the ninio. As long as uniweke minister of natural resources and kadhalika. Akasema, yes, I'm willing. Sasa 2027 imefika. Kalonzo is looking at Baba. Baba kamwambia, hey, ebu go take care of this NADCO, mambo ya NADCO hapa. Kalonzo akaenda katengeneza repoti na ichungwa ya NADCO. Wakaenda wakaongea. Akaleta proposal. Baba akasema nimekubali except your party ya ninio ya cost of living. Na saa hii 2027 unataka kusema Kalonzo asisimame? Ya Kalonzo. Wacha tusome hiyo. Haya. Lani anasema Gudia, Uhuru should now speak and galvanize the Mount Kenya vote. Instead, his silence. If only Uhuru starts speaking, then we shall overcome Gachagua and Ndindi Nyoro. Hey. Haya. Alex anasema I doubt if Baba will eventually endorse Kalonzo. Na wamesema sio tafadhali. Alex, ulisikia Kalonzo? Kalonzo amesema sio tafadhali na tutangoja. Hey. Mambo bad. Haya. Gudi anasema they are fed up of Kalonzo being Raila's shadow. They are fed up. You can't blame them. Baba unataka kuacha Kalonzo. Unataka kuruka Kalonzo Musyoka Stephen mwenyewe. The son of Kitui. Hey. Baba. Hey. Okay. Let's play a game. If it's not Kalonzo, kama sio Kalonzo, who deserves it? Kama sio Kalonzo, nani who deserves it? In Azimio. Nani in Azimio can stand up and run for presidency with the blessings of Baba and actually unseat Ruto from power? Nani? Kama sio Kalonzo Musyoka. Nani ametosha kama sio Kalonzo Musyoka? Nani? Eugene Wamalwa. Martha Karua. Martha na ile macho yake amekodoa kama macho ya chameleon. No offense, I'm just making fun of her. I like Martha Karua, though she's corrupt, but I like her. Yeah? Nani atasha? Who? How many votes did Martha Karua bring from Mount Kenya? How many votes? How many votes did Martha Karua bring from Mount Kenya? Ngapi? Eh? Kalonzo Musyoka. Let's talk. Niambie, who has more influence beside Baba in Azimio right now, today? If Baba was to step down and say, aya, Azimio, endeleeni na hiyo maneno yenu, who has the second most influence, whether it's vote garnering or just influence within the party, other than Kalonzo Stephen Musyoka? Semeni. Hey. Tibim Kelala. Even Babu Owino stood up and say, Kalonzo. He almost said that Kalonzo tosha. Almost. Alisema Kalonzo, wewe vile ulikuwa kwa minister, mambo ilikuwa inaendelea vizuri. Lakini sasa mambo imeharibika. I'm telling you. But let's keep in mind, Baba might have some other plans. Like Alex has said. Let me highlight that comment again. Alex have said, I doubt if Baba will eventually endorse Kalonzo. I kind of agree with that. I can see that. I don't all the way agree, but I can see why. The reason why, can I tell you why? You know this MP of is it Ugenya? Opio Wandai from I think it's Ugenya. Opio Wandai, once Baba met with Jimmy Wanjigi, Opio Wandai, the minority leader, alikuja katuambia ODM is seeking a new coalition. ODM will be linking up in another coalition. Sasa mimi sijui coalition ngapi ziko Kenya, hiyo mpaka tuulize, because the only other coalition that I know is Kenya Kwanza. Iko coalition nyingine? Nijibu sasa, iko coalition nyingine? Nijibu. These are pertinent questions as people who analyze politics should ask themselves. When Wandai said that ODM is seeking to have to join another coalition, what was he implying? Did we prod? Did we finger him and ask him to explain what he means? Was Jimmy Wanjigi working on bringing Ruto and Baba together, ODM and Kenya Kwanza together? Because remember, this man, Jimmy Wanjigi, is the one who's claimed that and told us that serikali ya Jubilee ilitengenezwa kwa living room yake, his sitting room. He's the what's the word? The person who brings people together. What's the hey, jamani, kisungu imenishinda leo. Tafutieni hiyo ninio. The person who actually negotiates, bring people together. The diplomat. Kama there's two warring factor, yule jamaa analeta watu wawili together ndio waongee. Jimmy Wanjigi told us that serikali ya Jubilee, even ile serikali ya Kibaki, ya government of national unity, even though that had like a international hands on it, Jimmy Wanjigi was in the mix. Na alituambia serikali ya Jubilee ilitengenezwa katika bedroom yake. Na immediately Jimmy Wanjigi met Raila Odinga a few weeks ago, few months ago, remember, hata nini wakaulizwa, you've rekindled your friendship with Raila Odinga. Remember, they fell off after Raila Odinga went with the handshake with Uhuru. Okay? But they've rekindled their friendship. And after Jimmy Wanjigi met Raila Odinga, having talks with him, Wandai went to the press conference and said, ODM will seek to join another political coalition. Last time I checked in Kenya, there's only 2 political coalitions, major ones. One is Kenya Kwanza, and the second one is Azimio. Unless there's another one that I don't know of. Please educate me. Waheshimiwa katika comment section. Munaweza kuingia hapa, munieleze. Mimi nimeshindwa. Na msiponieleza hata nitatoa shati. Kwa sababu nataka kujua ukweli leo. Wakamba community wamesema Kalonzo ni lazima 2027 and do it immediately. Na sio tafadhali, ni lazima. Na hatutangoja. Kalonzo said it. Hatutangoja. Hatutangoja. Tumengoja. 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 Tumirukwa. Tulingoja. Kalonzo amengoja. Nieleze. So could it be that Baba na negotiate vitu na Kenya Kwanza through Jimmy Wanjigi? Because Jimmy Wanjigi alisema hivi, he's giving Ruto till the end of March. Asipotatua hii shida za Kenya, whether it's bei ya mafuta, bei ya maisha, gharama ya maisha, ama nini. And Jimmy Wanjigi is a billionaire. US dollars. Well, I don't know that. Maybe. I don't know. Hiyo nimeongeza chumbi kidogo na Royco. But you get the drift. Ni billionaire. He has great influence. His money can go somewhere. I'm pretty sure he's going to fund the next ODM or Azimio political rally or whatever the case is. That's how influential he is. You cannot take it, Ninio. But Opio Wandai said ODM might seek another Ninio. Wacha nisome ma comments hapa. Haya, Alex ananiambia Wanjigi is a political broker. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you very much, Alex. Thank you very much. Haya. Ananiambia tena hivi. Hizi lazima ni stories za jaba. Kalonzo is chasing after mirages. Haya. Mwangi Kamao. Mwangi ananiambia namna gani? Tafadhali make sure you like this video. Siasa imeshika moto. Like this video. Usipo like video nitaambia baba asimame 2027. Anyway, nitawashtaki kwa baba. The way Kalonzo anasemanga. Okay, Mwangi anatuambia hivi. Next election we might have new blood. 2013 it was Peter Kenneth. 2022 it was Wajakoya. They could have gotten a solid following walinunuliwa. Sorry. That's a possibility. We might have a new Ninio, but knowing the Kenyan politics, you cannot just come from nowhere and stand up and people follow you. Wajakoya was in the pockets of Uhuru Kenyatta and Azimio. Let's face it. Actually, Wajakoya was Baba's Ninio, Baba's whatever. But anyway, what's my friend saying? Goodyear is saying, Honorable Alex, as Azimio, what is you guys' next step other than protesting, which is a waste of time and people losing their lives? Hey, Goodyear, umeanza vita. Hey, aya. I don't know what they are, Ninio. I don't think regarding the Mandamano, at this stage, I don't think Azimio will be going to Mandamano. It is more negotiations right now. But Mandamano is always on the corner. If things don't work out, of course, that's the leverage Nani and Isaac Raila usually. But I think there's so much negotiation that will be taking place between now and, Ninio inaanzwa on Monday, right? Parliament inaendelea Monday. Another thing that Azimio was saying, which might actually bring some friction. Azimio are saying that Ninio are saying that at what is it called? NADCO mpaka ipitishwe ndio wazungumze mambo ya IEBC. Okay? And they say that Ruto cannot choose the IEBC commissioners by himself. Nani alisema hivyo? Hey, haya. So, like I say, I explained here and we discussed that. If you are always following this my channel, tulifafanua hiyo maneno. Koti ilisema kwamba ile NADCO haina backing ya constitutional, ya katiba, okay? It's not anchored in law. So there's no way they can bring it to the parliament and try to pass it and ratify it. And there's no way the president can assent to what the parliament will pass if it's illegal, because the court has pronounced itself already. So NADCO is null and void. Ayendi mahali yo waache wasahau. Go back to the drawing board. Go back to drawing board. So what I'm saying is this. That is, I'm curious to see. And Raila said it today. He said that Lazima, he has to be involved. His party coalition, the coalition, must be involved along with the president in the choosing of the next IEBC commissioners. I have to look at the law, what the IEBC says. I know the president, by law, constitutionally, the president is given the powers, it's his responsibility to choose the selection panel, which in turn gets to choose the IEBC commissioner. So I don't know where Raila will be. I don't know where Raila's role will be in this, but we are waiting to see how this will play out. Will it be something that will be done extra parliamentary, which will be unconstitutional, like the NADCO report, or is it something that a parliament has to come up with? It has to be voted on, and we need, as Article 81 inasema, lazima public participation should be happening. Or are we going to have a plebiscite? Are we going back to pige ninio to change the constitution? Ama ni namna gani? Aya, Alex anasema, personally, I am not protecting anything. I am just analyzing the current political blasphemy, which I can't stand. Look, we have Uhuru and Baba who control Azimio in all manner. Do they? Yes, they actually do. They have very actually, that's a good point. Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, they have the most influence. They have the most influence in Azimio. Political parties and coalitions are cow cash. Agreed, they're cow cash. But at the end of the day, these political coalitions, they want power. They want the absolute power, which is to ninio kukua kwa serikali. Okay? So we are trying to see, how are these Azimio folks going to line up themselves? Line up. Because huko tukiangalia Kenya Kwanza, au line up yao bado iko. Gachagua kwa hapo, ndio nasikia makelele hapa ati sijui Ndindi Nyoro na Gachagua. But cash cow, yes. Yes, yeah, I knew what you meant, Alex. Good point. And I agree, and I agree with you there. They are cash cows. But we are trying to see Azimio, while our watu Kenya Kwanza, to use a football analogy, Kenya Kwanza wamekosa bao, wamechapa mchuma mara 6. Hawa jamaa hawezi kufunga bao, lakini Kenya Kwanza, lakini nini Azimio, tukiangalia hiyo timu ya Azimio, hata timu hawajawatengeneza. Coach ndio huyo amechanganyikiwa, hajui afanye nini. Striker wao Kalonzo amesema, mimi msiponianza nisipochukua nambari 10, basi mimi nitatoka timu niende hiyo timu nyingine. Baba naye anasema, haya, haven't chosen the coach yet. Wakina Wamalwa nao wamechanganyikiwa. Martha Karua pale ni midfielder, anasema hata yeye pia anataka kwa captain. Mambo ni vipi huko Azimio bana? Mambo vipi? Alex, tueleze mambo vipi huko? Kalonzo amesema mimi lazima. Wakamba wamesema lazima. So this, let's look at this. Let's look at this as I wrap up. It's been 1 hour again. Let's look at this. In case Kalonzo Musyoka is not chosen by Azimio as the next Kinara, the presidential candidate, where will Kalonzo Musyoka go? Does he go to UDA? Sorry, not UDA, but Kenya Kwanza coalition. He'll take his Wiper party to Kenya Kwanza coalition. And if Kalonzo Musyoka akichukua wa Kamba, the Kamba community, because let's face it, he has the most influence within the Kamba community. Yeye ndio Raila wa Kamba, okay? If Kalonzo takes the Kamba community with him to Kenya Kwanza, let's say he's disgruntled, he's not happy. Raila kimruka tena, Raila akisema haya, mimi nimeangalia hapa, nimeona nyinyi bado nyinyi ni watoto. I'm running again in 2027. If Kalonzo decides he's leaving, he's going to Kenya Kwanza, will Azimio win the election in 2027? Will they have enough? Will they? Swali kali yo kabisa. We shall answer that next time. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please make sure you like this video? Like it. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel right now. Siasa moto kila siku hapa na your presenter, Kenya Revolutionary. You never know who comes in. I usually put the link there. Whoever wants to come in, sema yako, na tutaongea, na tupange siasa. But, weka like hapo, tafadhali. Weka like this video. Like it. Feel like. Now, if you haven't subscribed, if you're looking at it for your very first time in your life, weka like and subscribe. Ndio kila mara nikikuja hapa utanipata. Na studio nimefungua, ukitaka kuingia unaingia na unasema yako. Hakuna ubaguzi hapa. Hata kama wewe ni mtu wa Azimio, hata kama ni Kenya Kwanza, hapa hatubagui. Ingia useme yako. Hata ukisema Kalonzo hawezi kuwa rais, pia ni sawa. Maybe anaweza kuwa rais, maybe hawezi kuwa rais. Hata ukisema Raila atakuwa rais tena, sawa, maoni yako ni maoni yako, lakini kuja ujiunge nami si nasi. Na wale marafiki zangu ambao wapo comment section, bwana Alex Gumbe, Eugene Gumbe pia namuona pale. Gudia, tafadhali usikose nafasi ya kusema yale matamshi yako hapa hivi. Tutaisoma, tutachambuana na tutaongea. Haya, Gudia anasema nini? Hapa nikimaliza, I'm finishing up. Honorable Alex, I'm not surprised Raila and Uhuru are working behind the scenes to disorient Ruto. Are they? Naam. Haya basi. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies and comrades, this is Kenya Revolutionary, the real revolutionary. I am going to finish up this. And before I finish up, my friends, as you know, I want you to like this video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe immediately. Subscribe immediately before Kalonzo is announced as the next Azimio flag bearer. Please. If you haven't subscribed and Nania Kwa flag bearer before, hey, please subscribe, like, share, comment. I'm wrapping it up. We shall explore next time how if Kalonzo is not chosen, picked, nominated as the flag bearer of the Azimio, where will Kalonzo Musyoka and his voting bloc, the Kamba voting bloc, are they going to join Kenya Kwanza? And will that spell doom for the Azimio coalition? Because that's actually tilts the balance of votes. Because Raila will be left with who? Some parts of Kenya mountain. He has Luo Nyanza locked, actually Nyanza province locked. Nairobi maybe, Mombasa. You never know. Those are what we are going to explore next time. So make sure you subscribe so every time I come in and you get notification that I'm live, you can join the conversation. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Okay? This is Kenya Revolutionary. I would like to personally thank everyone who commented this in this live. And I will see you guys later. Peace and blessings. Stay blessed.